We're trying to find the area of that rectangle. So to find the area, you'd have to know the length and the width, and then you'd multiply them together. So let's look at clue 1. Each diagonal of this rectangle has a length 5. Well, that's not enough information, because you could use the Pythagorean theorem. L squared plus w squared would equal the diagonal square, which is 25. And the problem here is there's all kinds of different ways numbers you could use for L and W. For example, what if I let square root of 20 be the length? Square that plus let 5 be the width, square root of 5, and sure enough, that gives you 25. But if you had a rectangle, where that's square root of 20, and that's a square root of 5, your area would be square root of 100. And you could do 15 squared, right, plus, trying to get 25, 10 squared, square root of 10 squared, that also gives you 25. But square root of 15 times square root of 10, that would give you area of a square root of 150. So you got too many choices. So clue 1 doesn't work independently. Clue 2 says what? The perimeter is 14. It's the same reasoning. You can have all different kinds of things. We see if this was 5, that means that would be 5. And then 2, that gives you a perimeter of 14 and an area of 10. Or you could choose 4 and 4, that's 8. 8 and 6 is 14. Let each one be 3. That gives you an area of 12. So clue 1 didn't work by itself. Clue 2 didn't work by itself. So now what we do is we put both of them together. So together, I'm going to erase so I have a little more room. I don't want to add another slide. So bear with me while I free up some space. So now I'm going to put both of them together. So that means I've got this. We know that the diagonal is 5. And we know the perimeter is 14. So this is length and this is width. So I know that L squared plus W squared equals 5 squared or 25. That's Pythagorean theorem. And the perimeter is 2L plus 2W, because you got 2 lengths and 2 W's, equal what? 14. So now I have a system of equations. I've got an equation with 2 equations with the variables L and W, so you could solve this and find your L and W and find your area, and you would stop right there. Remember, you do not have to find the answer. You just have to know if you have enough information to answer the problem. I'm going to go one step further just to do a little bit more math. If you took this, I'm going to go to a new slide. Here I go. I've got I've got L squared plus W squared equal 25. And then I have 2L plus 2W equal 14. If you had to solve this, just take this bottom equation, solve it for L. That's 2L equals 14 minus 2W. L equals, divide everything by 2, 7 minus W. And then you would take this expression for L and substitute it in here. So that's 7 minus W squared plus W squared equal 25. And now you have an equation with just a W. You could solve for W. And then once you know what W is, you could plug it back in here and find your length. But once again, I wouldn't do this at all. I would have stopped on that previous screen, but I wanted to show you how the math would work. So the answer C, you put them both together, it works.